Hello, I'm Leo Freak Daddy Brown. This is another Kentucky Artist Spotlight with RadioKY.live. Jermey Zeller with us. Jeremy, how are you, man?
Doing wonderful. How you doing?
Good. Looks like you are. It's all beautiful out there. We're sitting outside, enjoying the outdoors. That's great.
Absolutely.
I always like to ask this. Are you a Kentucky native?
Yes. Born and
Awesome.
raised.
Awesome. I wouldn't hold it against you if you weren't, but where in Kentucky, where are you from exactly?
So my hometown is Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. I was actually born in Lexington, raised, spent a lot of my childhood in Shelby County, Kentucky, and then moved to Chicago for 7 years, and
Oh,
then
wow.
back to Kentucky. Been here ever since. Yeah, so
Wow.
definitely a Kentucky boy.
All right. Well, Shelby County is where I'm from, Grafenberg, so we were close. We actually shared the exit off the interstate, right?
Yeah.
Not nearly as famous as Waddy Peytona.
Waddy, hey, spent a lot of time in Waddy. I love Waddy. Shout out to Waddy.
That's right. Everybody knows that exit, right? They know the Waddy Peytona. I usually, if they don't know where Grafenberg is, I usually say it's near Waddy, and they think Waddy Peytona is a thing, like one thing, right? It's not. It's two towns in two different directions.
Right.
They don't know that. They think it's a thing. You just got to give it to them, right? Well, that's awesome. So I like to ask this: what's your favorite thing about Kentucky?
Oh my gosh, I think if I shut up, you'll hear it.
Yeah, right.
It's just the nature, man.
Yeah.
I love what this state has to offer. You know, I'm a nature boy, and I love what Kentucky has. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely have that.
I guess it's the outside, it's the outdoors of Kentucky that makes me love it.
Yeah, and where are you right now? What part of the state?
Lawrenceburg.
You're in Lawrenceburg right now.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Awesome. So, tell me a little bit about you. You had a kind of a big year here. You got a lot of Kentucky, Lexington Music Awards, I should say. Those came your way. You've gotten a lot of attention out of that. And correct me if I'm wrong. You came from kind of a church music background into this solo artist thing. So, we don't have enough time to unpack this story. I know.
Yeah, that's a big ask. I'll try to condense it. I'll try to condense it. So, since the year 2000, I've been playing music. That's been my profession. I started out playing in the church. Toured with a band called Poor Man's Riches for 8 years. We did well. Had 4 songs in the top 20 on the Christian charts on radio. Oh, wow. Had a blast doing that. Did a worship project called Soft Like Fire. I toured with them for 2 years. Had a lot of amazing times there, and then stepped outside of the stage, or I guess behind the stage. Spent about 10 years basically working in the church system. I was the guy that they would bring in to kind of take you from a contemporary service from a traditional service to a contemporary service.
Gotcha.
And so spent about 10 years doing that. With some churches up to 4 years, others for, a couple weeks, they'd bring me in. So I was kind of the scapegoat, they would want to try out some new, what it was like having contemporary music. And, if somebody got mad, it was okay. I was leaving anyway.
Yeah. So. You weren't part of the church. You just got to get out of there. That's right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Before they ran you out. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's where I spent a lot of my time. I was a worship pastor for a long time. I treasure my years in the church. I stepped outside of the church just because of my own journey and my own beliefs and stuff like that. I'm a Jesus follower, if anybody's asking, but yeah, that's where my heart's at. And I spent a lot of my time right now working in mental health and in recovery and in the autistic world. So yeah, I try to fill my calendar with things that are meaningful. And so yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm up to these days.
I'm trusting you still see what you're doing as a ministry.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm more of a pastor now than I was in the church a lot of times. Even tonight, right now, I'm not sitting at my own home right now. I'm on a call right now.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. So I this is my life. So music is what pays my bills, but ministry is my life for sure.
Wow. Well, it's great you're at a point where music is paying your bills. That's
Well,
terrific.
it's not leaving me wanting, but it's definitely not doing what I would like it to do to be able to do more things. I
Yeah.
just got out of the studio recording a project that took me far too long to raise the money to make. So,
Mm. Yeah.
so
Well,
yeah,
believe me.
I'm paying the bills, but ministry is not something that pays well. Should it
Yeah.
though? So.
Well, if you had a mega church,
Right? That's my point.
or the
That's
or the 700 club or the PTL club,
yeah.
then maybe you'd be in business. Yeah.
Yeah, have one of them give me a call. Yeah.
So we've had similar treks, man. I did a lot of church music, did a lot of praise and worship for a lot of years. I was into rock stuff, and then came back around from that. But the one thing that I know is that music has power, uh, simply because of its very nature being vibrational, right? Just the fact that this frequency is something that can speak on its own, and
Yeah.
there's a beauty there that you can bring into people's lives. And I really applaud you for doing that, and taking the step out, and doing what you're
Thanks,
doing on
man.
your own. And it's showing obviously from the response, and the attention. The cream rises to the top, as we say, and people are seeing what you're doing, man. It's awesome. That's great.
Thanks, man. I really
So
appreciate that.
so where do you want to go with this? Ultimately, what do you want to do?
Right now, I'm trying to link up with churches specifically. My message seems to sync best with them.
Right,
We're all on the same team,
right,
and
right.
so yeah. I'm setting up a lot of churches. I've been doing a lot of worship events in the morning, and then worship events like on a broader scale for the community at
Wow,
night. That's an amazing place for me to be. That takes up a full Sunday, and I love it.
wow.
so,
So you're
so
still
those are
keeping.
fun.
You're deeply
I'm
entrenched
still
in that
playing
still.
in bars. Yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah,
I'm intentionally walking both sides of this fence.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
I'm aware of what I'm doing. I'm aware that I'm playing in the bars on a Saturday night and leading service on a Sunday morning. But anybody that comes to my show understands it's the same exact thing.
Right,
I'm singing the same message, and
right.
so. I feel in a really cool space right now, and
Yeah,
now I'm just looking for people to grow with, honestly.
right. So when you say people to grow with, musicians to grow with, or what are you looking for there?
Oh, good question. Thank you for that question. Yeah, musicians to grow with.
Right.
I've been a solo guy for this whole journey as JZO. Jermey Zeller and the Other Side is something I've been doing for essentially 3 to 4 years now.
Okay.
And so, yeah, now I'm at a place now where I want to bring the band along. I
Okay.
had my band with me this past weekend, and it was amazing. And I just got done recording my album, so now people can actually hear what I sound like instead of just my guitar.
Right.
And so
Right.
I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, looking for people to grow with in regards to musicians. Also, obviously, people that want to bring me in for shows that
Hmm.
are looking to build a community. I'm
Right.
not looking to just come into a place, once in 3 years and play, in the corner of a room. I'm looking to build a community in these places that
Right.
I'm going into, and I want to hear their stories in the same way that I'm telling them my story from
Mm.
stage. Like it's meaningful for me to be able to meet with people after my show so that they share their stories with me. Honestly, that's why I do this in the first place.
Wow.
It's for those moments. It's not just about what's on the stage. It's what happens around the stage, and that's just something that I've been called to my whole life. And now it's nothing different than what I was doing in the church. It's
Yeah.
just now I'm kind of called to a different kind of people,
Yeah.
and that's what excites me, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I think the real ministry is when you're out of the church.
Right,
I
right.
mean,
I wish churches understood that, dude. I
yeah,
really do. I
yeah,
wish they
yeah,
understood that I'm
yeah,
not in competition here. I'm looking to be on your team.
yeah,
But some churches are not taking it that way, and it's
yeah,
really confusing to people that are followers of my music and understand what I'm doing. Um, uh, those are the people that understand that I'm on the same team as the church, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to accomplish the same goals. We
Yeah.
serve the same God, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Jesus said
yeah,
it clearly, if you're not against me, you're for me, right?
right? Yeah.
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 So there you go. That's what it's about. Jermey, great talking to you, my friend. It's cool to see what you're doing. I really appreciate that whole getting out there and doing the way you're doing it. It's impressive, and I've been obviously watching you from afar here, so it's great to meet you and know what you're doing. And
Right on. You as well.
whatever I can do to support you, I'm here.
Play my music, brother.
It's happening. It's happening. We're spinning it already. It's out there on
Beautiful.
RadioKY.live's.
Beautiful. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, dude.